I started in Brazil. No, I worked there in DDB, INR, and Lebernet. And then when I was in Lebernet, I got like the opportunity to go to Lebernet Lisbon and be the executive trade director. No? By the time Lebernet Lisbon, it was not in a good shape. It was the office was a tiny office. It was not even in Lisbon. It was in Algés. Managed to really grow really fast and get a lot of new clients. Galp Energia, McDonald's, Sograp, Banco Rural. We won a lot of new business and we won a lot of awards. No, we won like a lot of Cannes awards and other awards. No? But I stayed there for 4 years and a half, and then we moved to this famous office in the Rua das Rosas. Oh, there at the house there, Lebanon stayed many years. No, and I brought a lot of great talent to the team. No, and my team, I had like a Pedro Bexiga, Marcelo Lorenzo, that they are still there in Portugal, but I also Ícaro Doria, Otávio Schiavon, no, Chacho Puebla, and a lot of great talent, and Carlos Murad, people that they really did great things, not only in Portugal but in other markets. No, so by my time in Portugal, it was amazing. At the time of great work, great vibe, and great friendship. So it was a very happy agency. No, after that, I went to Leopold, like offered me the position to be the regional creative director for Latin America, based in Miami. So I was working for Miami, but also for Chicago and for the US, and stay there a couple of years. Then I decided to return to Brazil. I was a little homesick, like, oh, I need to go back to Brazil. So I went back to Brazil. My time in Brazil, I took like a job to be they call it vice president, was the equivalent of a CCO, the chief creative officer in McCann Erickson, Brazil. That was like a huge agency, like a number two in the market. I stayed there, and during that time, I get a very interesting experience because I was invited to work in a presidential campaign. So I don't do politics, but that was a really cool experience. I had like, I don't know, I'm going to give a go and try just once. No, so I did one presidential campaign, and we were successful. So I helped to elect one president in Brazil. So it was a cool experience, but not for me. Okay, I mean, like, I'm happy to be back in advertising. I don't want to stay in politics, or a little complicated. And after that, I went to Spain to be the CCO of Publicis in Spain. By Miguel Angel Furones was the president. He invited me to be the president, the CCO of Publicis. That it was a big agency as well. Uh, the only problem that the crisis hit the moment, like the years I was there, it was really hard. Like the advertising market in Spain reduced by half. It was very dramatic. We did really well. We won a lot of business. We won awards, but it was never enough. No, it was like a dramatic the crisis. So I decided to move to a more stable market. So I decided to come to London initially to be the global creative director for Pursue Omo. They were having some trouble with the account there, but then I did that. No, we did really well. We grew the business. We won a lot of I think like we won 90 Lions in Cannes. No, and but then I started to do new business. So I helped the agency and to get some new business. Axe Nobel, that were the Dulux paints, Amazon Prime Video, and then the big pitch was a buyer for some, that we won half of the whole all their brands. No, so we become the second. It was BBDO, one hub, and we're the other, and was a pitch against AMV, BBDO, and Adam and Eve pitching against us and other network, and we won. No, it was us, and so I became like a um, they call it global creative director or an executive creative director for international accounts, because by the time and they gave me other brands from Unilever, so I was controlling all of these accounts. So even before the pandemic, I was already working remotely with a lot of offices, a lot of people, no? And then 2 years ago, uh, Claire Knapp, that's the CEO of Havas Lynx, she invited me for lunch, and I could not resist. And then like she started talking about like the Havas Lynx and health, and that like really intrigued me. And we kept like a meeting and talking, And I really was fascinated by her. She's a really brilliant person, a really great connection. And then it was a very slow process. And then by the end, I decided, you know what? I would love to try this to make the switch and go to health. And I was thinking all the benefits of working with health because during my career, one thing that you can notice in my work, I'll always try to convince and push the clients to do work with purpose. It was even before this became a fashion in our industry. I was like a long time ago always putting, oh, you should do the right thing, you should walk the talk, no? Pushing big brands, not small brands, big brands to do that, no? And then when I saw the opportunity to work in health, I said, no, it's great because in health, all the products and brands they are already like what they do is full of purpose. Their business is about improving lives, and that's something fantastic. And they could use some more creativity. So that's what motivated me to make the change. And I've been here today, by the way. It makes officially my second year in Havas Links, and I'm really happy with everything that we have achieved in this time. And it was a full experience because when I got there, it was not Lebanon and Lisbon. It was not the hub because when I got there, it was a broken agency. It was really, really bad and small. It was so had like a no creative, so have like a no relevant accounts and no awards at all. I had great partners. Miguel Simões was there. Anthony Gibson was the president, but Miguel Simões was really my partner, there in the business side and the client side, and they fully support me. And we could not like bring a lot of new creatives at once. No, we could bring like one and then another one, and then mix with the people and we invest a lot in young talents. Paulo Pinto, for example, was there, but for a little time. No, he was there with us, and a lot of great people. It was a great mix of a culture because we had like a lot of Portuguese, then I brought Brazilians, and then I have a German, and then you have like I brought an Argentinian, and the spirit was great, and that it stayed with you, sticks with you. Of course, which was my first experience being a CD, and probably I did like some mistakes. No, it's not, but it's really shaped me my style. I'm always like a I learn. I try to always be like a very fair boss and very fair and also honest. No, I was honest, open, and fair. And I always try to really inspire a great environment so we can be open and we can relax and we can really have some fun because that's important too. So that's it stuck with me the whole time. So it was a little bit my style. When we create a culture there. So we become like a really a powerhouse, as you said, of creativity. And even when I left the agency, I left Chacho in my place. No, Pelotti first and Chacho, they were already like I put them there to keep growing. But the agents who had like a client, who had a culture, had a very strong team, so we just kept rolling. And they brought other great talents like Eric Rosa, no, was there. So it's almost, but the thing is, you need to make the right culture, make people believe in the right things, and then put the whole agency needs to understand that it's about our creative product. It's not only the creatives, no? And that was how we created Lebanon Lisbon. Said before, it was there are some things. One is this really. meeting Claire and learning about Havas Lynx play an important role
Yeah.
because I really like them, no. And then there are two important things. One is this: in health, all the products and all the brands they have a purpose in their heart. They are there about improving lives, and that's something that's really attractive for me. I if I have the chance to work on something with purpose or just to sell some products, I would choose it first. Okay,
Okay.
that was the very, very important thing to me. The second thing was because, oh my God, I see so much potential, creative potential. It's almost like a health still hasn't used the whole power of creativity. There's so many possibilities, so many opportunities, no, for us creatives to make a difference. I'm not just saying to win awards, and I'm not, and if it's about winning awards, I'm not saying about winning awards in pharma or health. They're really winning, competing against the best communication in all the categories. And I do believe that, and we already did that last year. With some of our work where we won like a Silver Lion Innovation. That's one of the more competitive categories in Cannes. No, and we are competing against like a Google and Apple and and TikTok and just
Mhm.
gigantic brands. And with our approach, we were able to. They only gave like a 5 lions in innovation this year. Very, very hard, and we got one silver lion. So that for me is it represents the spirit of what I believe. There's a lot of opportunity for great creative in health and pharma. The fact that it's really highly regulated and a lot of compliance, it makes creativity a necessity. The creativity is the difference maker. Oh, that's what I believe. And every time that I see a piece of work or a briefing, a request, I always see with these eyes like, oh, this is so regulated, it's so hard, it's so you can't say anything. Okay, so we need a lot of creativity here to crack this. Information is just you saying things that you want to say. Doesn't mean people will listen because people don't care.
Yes.
They don't care about what you have to say. Our job is to make it then they care, is to make them love what we have to say. Also, we don't say directly what we have to say. You find a way to put like a little inception in their minds. No, that's creativity. The, look, I think there's a little fascination with AI right now. The whole because it's a technology that developed really fast. So people are a little fascinated. Oh my God, AI, AI can make things better and faster, like a 3D animation did for Toy Story. But you need a good idea. You need like a beautiful story. You need emotion. It's not enough just to use AI. So for me, it's about time that the market settle a little bit with AI. It's become more like, oh yes, is this tool that we have is going to make some phases better and quicker. You're going to make some things, specific things better and quicker, but doesn't mean that everything is AI now and they're going to, oh my God, going to replace. Of course, the creatives that know how to take the most of AI will prevail over the ones that don't. That's natural. It's not that, oh, the AI is going to take over the humans. No, it's humans that know how to use AI will take over the other humans that don't. No. So I'll say this the AI trend is still hot because it's still developing very quickly. But without ideas and human insights and emotion, it's not enough. It's just famous because, oh, it was the first done with AI. The AI created this commercial. Yes. And it's a okay commercial. Why are you celebrating? If you never told me that it was done by AI and just show me with alongside other commercials, would I care? It's just us behind the curtain caring about this. The consumer, they don't know if it is done with AI or not. It doesn't matter for them. So I think it's of course, it's a technology that's shaping a lot of things in the process, especially your capacity to create a lot of small assets and personalize small assets for using, and then you combine with data to really distribute to with the specific targets, specific messages. For that is really good. Is really making everything quicker and faster and less expensive in terms of production. Storyboards, for example, shooting boards, for example, concept for to present one idea. Everything can go much quicker and faster. Don't need to waste any time with that. But even for a prompt, you need someone to think about, okay, what I'm going to have here. The tool by itself is not going to do this for you. As I said, the harder is the landscape, the market, or how the more regulated it is one segment, more relevant and important is creativity. It's just that you can't just say that. You need to prove that with work. So you can go to a client and say, yes, creativity is important. Okay, okay, show me. Because creativity is about this. It's not about finding a very hard way to say something. That's sometimes the mistake of some ideas. Oh, they just make something very hard to understand because it's so complicated, and then this is created using technology and things. No, 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 no. It's not about that. It's how you make that stand out in this crowd, this scenario of a lot of wallpapers, and make that piece of information or whatever it is product to get into to the right people, and they were going to really care about that and remember that. That's the beauty of creativity. So, and we believe in Havas Lynx in impact that matters. What we say, no? But the meaning of this is like, yes, you're aiming for creating impact, but not only impact for impact that matters. It matters for the result of our clients. It matters for the society. It matters for the world. That's the kind of impact that we believe that we really want, and we are always and every day trying to achieve. One thing that I would ask them to say is this: don't be so seduced by how something was made. Okay. Some ideas they really want to do a lot of things about how it was made, how it was created, because that only is only relevant when it's really connected to what we're seeing there and creating an advantage for that piece. No, oh, it is what's done with new AI, with we train a machine learning to do whatever. Yeah, yes, that's great. But in the end, when you see the result, it's really working in human level. And it's not about making something very hard and very complicated. Great creativity, it can be, I always tell like it's simple. That's is a little bit annoying. That's so simple because it's like it's simple, but nobody did that before. At the same time, it's ingenious because the ingenious is what makes this special. It's surprising because it's sometimes some people think that simple is just to say what needs to be said. That's information. That's there's no value in just information. What creativity is like, oh, can you transform this piece of information into something interesting, surprising, emotional, and beautiful, so you care and remember? That's how you judge one idea. You know? And the last thing is think a little bit like how this can really create impact. I'm not saying that the impact is like millions of impressions because some ideas they come from small countries. They're not going to be able to compete in the global scale. It's not about a number of impressions, things, but can you really see that creating impact? Can you really see that's creating a difference or making something change? Oh, because that's important. Because some things they are just one-off. They just go in one-off and that's it. And they got the awards and they disappear. No. So I would like really invite people to think like, okay, is this really making a difference? Or, you know, sounds really great, really smart, but there is a much simpler way of doing this that you can have a bigger scale. So why are you doing this? This is a way of judging things. You see one idea. Oh, this is using this and that to whatever. And then wait, but you can do this in a much easier and simpler way and have a much bigger impact. Why are you doing this? Ah, maybe just to win an award. I like idea that it's a little bit of this paradox because it's the beautiful simplicity because it's simple but not obvious because it has never been done before. It's fresh and surprising, you know? And it does the job, but it's genius. But sometimes some pieces they just change the order of things and make something excessively complicated and try to explain how it was done to really fascinate the jury. So like, wait, but people will never get that. Oh, that's all my advice for my fellow jurors. Yeah, we all have this expectation to see beautiful things, fresh ideas, surprising and revolution. But it's very interesting because our industry is really obsessed with a revolution. We want to see a revolution every year. So I think I'm going to, of course, always be dreaming about seeing something mind-blowing and beautiful. But we always need to remember that, okay, we're judging the best of this last year. That's our job there. It's not like, oh, where's the next revolution? No, it's what's the best work that was done last year. In the end, you're doing a job and you're judging hard work from a lot of people that put a lot of time, energy, and passion. You need to be respectful. We need to judge properly and really and assess, okay, from all the work, the pool of work that we have been presented here, what are the best?